Do it. What is this? Clueless devs find out after firing beloved VTuber VA for insensitive joke made 5 years ago. Yeah, what the hell happened to Kronii? I think this happened a little bit ago.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ruff here. So over the years, I have covered countless examples of content creators falling victim to cancel culture thanks to the efforts of bad actors on the internet. Today is no exception to that, but this is one of the most egregious examples I have ever covered, and that's really saying something.
Oh, so why is the captions going? Hold on.
Recently, the popular VTuber Kronii lost a voice acting role. Not because she was exposed as some heinous human being or anything like that. She lost this role because a sect of Korean players were upset about a joke she made on stream 5 years ago.
Eternal Return has such a toxic community. I played that game when it first came out, and a little bit after that, unironically super toxic.
And this joke is essentially
it's a good
dad
game.
Joke,
it's just really
play
toxic.
on words involving the word
bore.
Bore. It is as ridiculous as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. Now here's the additional context here in case you don't know. Kronii is a member of Hololive. She's an extremely popular VTuber, but she's also established in other fields as well, but in particular, she is an established voice actress. And recently she got a role with the game Eternal Return, a Japanese game, which as you can see
I thought it was
Steam,
a Korean game, I don't know why.
Mostly negative recent reviews, and for very good reason. So recently,
she made a
Eternal
pun.
Return made an announcement for the next voice actor of a new character. Well, as you can see, that announcement is edited because, well,
honestly, I'm gonna say it. It's their fucking loss. I think they're such a stupid company for not fucking looking into it at all. That's their fucking issue. They probably took offense to it because she said boar, as in like boring, but because she's killing a boar. That again, that's why I don't know. I'm really appreciative of my audience. Like, if I make a mistake, I feel like if I apologize, my chat would like, or at least my community in general, either they would say, oh no, that's not good enough, but like it wouldn't be such an outpour where I would like risk wanting to censor myself in the future in order to keep my place, like, you know, not losing everyone in my audience. Yeah, like this kind of thing is so sad to me because it's like you work yourselves up to be one of the most popular content creators in the sphere, arguably, I would honestly say. Like, Kronii is like a big name staple, right? And she's held to these impossible standards.
Changed their tune really quick.
Yeah.
When a group of Korean players made a fuss. They made a cancellation campaign targeting Kronii and this game for this clip right here from a stream featuring Kronii. This was
even before I started streaming
5 years ago.
Great.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kill this boar.
Bye.
He's such a bore.
I'm gonna go.
A boring. Ha ha ha.
No, really, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the entire.
I couldn't imagine. Like, the most lukewarm haha joke ever. From
context.
5 years ago,
they
by
are
the way.
canceling her successfully for a joke she made where it involved a play on words. Bore as in the animal with bored as in not interested. Okay, that was it. That's the entire context. Not only is that the joke.
I wonder if they didn't give her money for the stream. Like, if that actually happened. What's the issue? Because they don't like it when you disparage the game, and they took that as an attack on the game, and she was saying that the game was boring.
That got her canceled. It's from 5 years ago. It's from an Eternal Return sponsored stream she did 5 years ago.
That's so dumb.
And Korean players in particular, for whatever reason, were upset. And also keep in mind that Kronii is a Korean voice actress. So they were so upset for some reason about this that they went on to cancel her. And they petitioned Eternal Return, who actually gave into this. And
Oh
whether
my
this is the
God.
result of incompetence or just malicious behavior, I don't really know, because it ultimately ended with her losing the role. So you can see notice
so
regarding the change in
gross.
voice actor for Byung's English voice. Hello, survivors of Lumeria Island. The voice actor responsible for the English voice of the character Byung is scheduled to be replaced upon implementation.
People getting offended over this, you don't want them to be in your fucking community anyway. I understand people having, you know, like, oh, this is too much for me. Oh, I'm being sensitive. Okay, fine. But, like, you're actually just wanting to have these people in your audience mentally ill, like, fucking freaks that just get mad and cancel you for nothing. Yeah, like a dad joke. It's not good enough for you.
English voice will not be applied, and we plan to add it as soon as possible.
It sucks
at a
for
later
Kronii, but they're
date.
lost.
Regarding
Yeah.
the selection of the new voice actor, the schedule for the voice change, and other specific updates on future progress, we will provide further details in a separate announcement. Our company's English casting process is conducted with the support of external partners. It is carried out in a format similar to an open audition, where the development team conducts blind tests based on the audio samples provided by applicants to ultimately select the voice. In the current process managed through external partners, pre-verification during the casting stage is relatively insufficient compared to domestic standards. Moving forward, we will actively explore effective verification methods to address this.
So they're saying they did blind testing and she was the most suitable, but then they looked into her and said, you made a joke about the game being boring while fighting a boar mob, so that was too much for them. God, I can't imagine being a corpo, like having to filter yourself and like having to do on the fly, like, oh shit, can I say this? Oh, the company might like fucking fire me or not give me my sponsorship money.
Continue to strive to provide a game service that is
Every
even
time.
more enjoyable to play in the future.
It's so sanitized.
That's
I feel
actually
bad for them.
amazing. So they're basically saying that they need to rework their entire verification system for voice actors because this was such a big controversy. Well, unfortunately, it's gone the exact opposite way, as I'm sure they thought it was going to, where you can see they're getting hit with a note here for context, adding that apparently it's because she made a pun about a boar, saying boring 4 years ago.
I'm serious.
I'm serious. Wow,
Yeah.
they're getting a little sassy with this note, and honestly, good for them, because, yeah, that's all this is. At the end of the day,
cringe, man.
they are basically kicking to the curb someone like Kronii for a joke about...
She'll have plenty of opportunities. It's not a big deal for her. She'll be fine. Well, I agree because she's a popular VTuber and she's talented too. But my problem is that they very likely had to like talk to a bunch of people in the company and tell them like, yeah, you can't make jokes about like puns and stuff anymore just in case this happens again. And that's honestly, that's kind of why like I enjoy Hololive for what it is, but I also know that it's extremely sanitized and that there's a lot of really strange people that love extremely sanitized content because it's like a hug box for them. And that's fine, but they also uphold their talents to like an impossible standard that they will never meet. Whereas with me, I'm indie, right? Like, I grew myself. I built my own community. So, like, I kind of know what to expect. Like, if you stray a little bit far from the goalposts, like, it can be over for you. Like, you just done.
Boars she made
As a
4 years
corpo,
ago.
not as an
4+
indie.
years ago. I mean, it's absolutely insane. They're just doubling down. Either they were completely fooled and misread the translations or something, or they are just, I don't even...
No, I think it's because it was alluding to the fact that the game is boring. They're extremely sensitive to that type of shit. Even though she probably didn't even mean it in the moment, she was saying a pun that she thought was funny. They took offense to that. I don't even think it was like that. Yeah.
No, I don't really know what they're doing, but the comments are destroying them, saying, why are you announcing this only on the Japanese account? Are you afraid of all the well-deserved backlash you'll receive if you post on the English account? You're a horrible, unprofessional company. Don't try to hide behind Japanese, you cowards. Dotuvo is beloved over here. You just scorned your Ian community. That is the actual voice acting name for Kronii outside of Hololive, by the way. I think this is a disregard for North American players and for the entire player base as a whole. In the end, this company seems to have only eyes for Korea, and it looks like they're completely swayed by the voices of players there. Due to pure incompetence, they've squandered a golden opportunity for global marketing. This person says, "Are you effing kidding me? Because she made a pun about boars 4 years ago, are you trying to enrage any potential English fan base?" And that is really, couldn't be spoken more truly, okay? The backlash has been very real, okay? You can see... I'm
usually pretty against fucking review bombing, but this is so egregious. Like, I don't even blame him. Yeah, I played Eternal Return. It's actually a pretty decent, fun game. Like, when you get into it, it has a relatively high skill ceiling of, like, learning knowledge and stuff, but, like, this is just ridiculous. Yeah, like, you pissed off an entire huge branch that you could have just, like, been like, hey, you know what? She said something 5 years ago. Even if we didn't like it, she can still, you know, have a job with us.
Recent reviews. I mean, I'll move out of the way here so you can see just how devastating the hundreds of negative reviews have been. This game, for many, was not on their radar, especially for English users.
Yes, I agree. I literally only played it, like, back when it first came to English, to Steam. Yeah, they could have had a really easy pop-off, because the characters are cute, the gameplay's pretty fun if you're into, like, MOBA-style games.
This was their first exposure to this game,
and they
the
pissed it away.
And the developers. And it's a really bad first impression, and probably the only impression these people are ever going to have. This was a gigantic fumble. This could have been such great marketing for overseas players, but instead they listened to a sect of Korean players, either through, I guess, malicious behavior or just incompetence. Like, maybe they really were lost in the sauce, because I heard that some of these players legitimately thought that she was bad-mouthing the company and the game. And, well, that was not the case.
So dumb.
If anybody had decent translation skills, they would have understood she was making a simple pun about boars, but the damage is done. Okay, here is a review from this user that 1,300 people found helpful. Okay, this is someone 57 hours in the last 2 weeks.
That's a lot.
1,400 hours on record. Okay, this is not just some person who created an account an hour ago.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate player. Saying, fired a solid VA over nonsense raised by a community of players that won't...
From 4 years ago!
...even use the language pack she voiced for. Very good point. This game is good, but the devs are beyond clueless and will bend over backwards and pander to their Korean audience and leave the rest of the world's servers to rot. This was an actual potential growth moment for the game, and the studio managed to bungle an easy free win and grow their global player base, so we aren't limited to either finding matches with a certain time window or beating the snot out of new players.
I believe on Steam, they probably have like 10,000, maybe to 20,000 people. Yeah.
Norms.
It's not that big of a game. It's a way bigger game in Korea.
I don't know how long this has left, and I don't know if it's worth my time after this, let alone
that sucks.
My money. Here's another review with nearly 1,000 people finding it helpful. And this is another person with 54 hours the last 2 weeks. 1,500 on record. So again, a very invested player leaving this review saying, Nimble Neuron, the developer, clearly does not care for...
Review bombing is disgusting. Normally I'd agree, but like, this is very much warranted, especially because it's a free-to-play game. People who have thousands of hours invested and they happen to be a Hololive fan, and their favorite Hololive, you know, idol, they get banned from that. Like, why? Why would they not? Like, yeah, you could have fucking done something. You could have addressed it properly. And the fact that they fucking did this through the Japanese Twitter so that the English side wouldn't be able to find it as easily is so cringe. Ruining the game because of drama that has nothing to do with the actual game. Are you... Hold on. Voice acting has nothing to do with the game, but that doesn't make any sense. That the people who do voice acting for the characters are part of the game. That's nonsensical.
Its global player base, having the English VA of Be Young recast over
with the gameplay. No, what do you mean? You listen to the fucking voice actor every time you click and move the character. What do you mean it has nothing to do with the gameplay? What are you talking about? What if they fire, let's say, hypothetically, they didn't like what Kronii said 5 years ago. What if they find out one of the voice actors said something they didn't like, and they just fucking remove all their voice acting from it?
Offensive pun they made 3 years ago that was dug up after they were cast to voice the character. This is a reoccurring issue with the dev team having removed skins over the concept artist being feminist. Interesting.
They will
bend over backwards for misogynist time and time again, and eventually, maybe even pretty soon, it will kill the game. Now,
what did they do? What is this with the artist being feminist? They will bend over. What the fuck? I need to look that up.
Will kill the game.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Now, of course, you can see people reflecting this in the quote saying fired over a mistranslated pun from 5 years ago. Now, of course, this pun wasn't done. Neither was Kronii, because this was Kronii's response, by the way. Extremely based by Kronii. She went onto Twitter and said this: breaking news, a tire is tiring and a bore is boring. And then she replies saying, if you found this pun to be controversial, then hospital. A+. I mean, what else do you say? Unfathomably based, ladies and gentlemen. The perfect response. But she wasn't done there. Obviously, people wanted some more information. And she would talk about this on stream yesterday and provide some additional context. And let's just watch a quick clip.
And even though most people understood that it was a pun, there were some people who didn't understand it.
I can't believe that people are trying to cancel her for something she said 5 years ago. Again, it makes me wonder if that sponsorship money didn't even make it to her, because for someone who can take sponsorships, you get a list of things you can and can't do. You can't shit talk the game if you want your money, obviously, right? You can't do that. If you want an honest review, you have to buy the game yourself so that you're not under the incentive to like gas up the game because you're getting money from the company, right? They probably have a pretty strict list.
Because they're not too fluent in English, and so they thought I was talking about the game itself being boring and being disrespectful, and I would have never said anything like that in a sponsored stream.
They're literally coached not to do that. You can't do that shit. Even me as an indie, like, I'm not sanitized and I know that. You can't fucking shit talk the game you're playing.
And then, I don't know, and then they also commented on how unenthusiastic I sounded, and, you know, how self-conscious I get about my voice, just coming across as, like, bored, and that was...
What if you just sound like that or you're tired? What?
Like... back
I sound kind of
2021
flat sometimes.
It's really sad when some people twist your words, especially when it's so easy to fact check it by watching the source stream, and you can tell that it was a pun, and there's a timestamp for it as well, so it's
react
really
harder kind of thing. Yeah, but like sometimes I just don't have a lot to say.
People that believe what those other people
this
say
is so
instead
dumb.
of going and checking the source material themselves. And yeah, I mean, I really didn't think puns could be so dangerous to the point where
it's dangerous for people that are completely chronically online and get offended over the smallest things. They don't go outside, they don't touch grass, they get upset over, like, I don't know, like a bug crawling across the wall. Like, I feel like those people should be locked up in an asylum.
People could question the nature of your personality.
Yes,
So basically,
that's
all
me,
in all,
man.
there was a
mental illness, for
misunderstanding
sure,
about
100%.
it. But, you know, there's also the chance that people were trying to take this out of context, and they're trying to force the issue here. And whether it was through incompetence, misunderstanding, or malicious efforts, it was successful. It got her removed, and it caused damage to her voice acting roles, okay? And it was a very unpleasant experience, obviously. And also, as she said, it seems like some people are also trying to mock her voice. I mean, that's just the way she sounds, and she's very successful at what she
sounds
does,
so
both
flat.
VTubing and voice acting, so it's kind of ironic anyone would have something to say about that. But yeah, it's just, it's a very weird situation, and you can see even Dexerto is reporting on this. You saw this earlier. People were trying to note this because they were claiming that Kronii made a statement, and at the time she hadn't, but eventually she did, so technically they're not wrong here. They were just a little too early, right? Time corrected their tweets. But anyways, you can see once the normies at Dexerto are reporting on something, you know, you're going to bring in the normies like this saying VTubers got to stop just because they're an influencer doesn't mean they can get away with anything. Remember, we pay your bills and made you famous.
What the fuck are you talking? I mean, like, you're not wrong, but like, she didn't do anything wrong. It's not like she said a slur on stream or some shit. Like, what? Yeah, dance, monkey, dance. You have to say what I want to say. What? The aunties? No, I'm telling you, dude, you can be the most wholesome. This is why I have to remind myself that sometimes, like, I can be crass. I can be, I don't know, some people may perceive me as rude or like I'm not sanitized. I don't watch my words. I don't give a fuck because even the sweetest hollow girls or like anyone that works as an indie or anything, they get held to such an insane standard, and there's so many aunties that it doesn't matter if you're like super sweet, and it doesn't matter. Like if you say something that's like out of line for them, they will find a way to hate you regardless.
What is this person even talking about? And also using the bow gif here. I mean, there's some jokes that could write themselves, but anyways, that is the situation. And really, you have to ask yourself, was this worth it? Absolutely not. This development team completely shot themselves in the foot. They have damaged
They get what they
this
fucking
game
deserve
in many different ways, just globally, but especially with an overseas audience that probably will never pick up this game. They had a golden opportunity. They could have promoted this to a English-speaking audience through Kronii. It would have brought in thousands of players, I would imagine. She has that big of an influence. But now, the first and probably last impression of this game for so many is that this game fired someone over a simple dad joke about boars. Unreal.
Impossible
but anyways,
standards,
that's going to
bro.
do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and turning on notifications for daily uploads as well as multiple streams a week here on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, man. Upheld to impossible standards, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I hope Kronii finds a better job. Maybe someone, well, not job, but like voice acting work. She did not deserve that shit. Luckily, sentiment in the Korean boards this is originating was shifting after post-explain this issue and some even apologists. The game is financially dying anyway. Give it 2 more years, if anything. Yeah, I played Eternal Return. I probably have like, I don't know, maybe like 50 hours on it. I liked it for what it was, but it's not that popular in America, and the queues were really, really bad when I played. Yeah. So I think it was already, like, I'm surprised it's still alive, but I don't think it's that bad. There's a Korean, I never played it. It's a decent game. I didn't hate it. I liked it. Anyway, go check them out. Yeah. Yeah, when was the last time I played it? Let me look it up. Return. I played it 4 years ago. Yeah, 50 hours on it. 51.5 hours. Yeah, I liked it. It's a shame. Apparently there's gacha in the game now too. It feels like a nothing burger. I don't think it's a nothing burger because, again, this kind of drama bullshit is so cringe because other companies will feel like they can bully people for this type of shit. Because it worked. That's why I think it sucks. People are like, oh, I don't care. This isn't affected. Shut the fuck up, man. You have no idea. They could go after coding next. They could check someone's fucking Twitter account that's not even linked, like, to their professional account, and then go back 5 years and they find out they fucking made a bad pun joke and that's what's gonna get them fired. Like, I don't know, man. Think about what people fucking uphold themselves to, man. You are beholden to the fucking community that you uphold. You know, being up things for 5 years ago is so pathetic. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. And even then, if she truly did something wrong, 5 years is a long time. Like,